All right. This is day one. Damon Leggett here with Break the Cycle LLC. Also representing Razor Sharp from the Heart, Trenton, Barber and Beauty Supply. Also representing Mason's Barber and Beauty in Trenton also. In honor of both of my grandmamas, Evelyn Webb is the queen of Razor Sharp from the Heart, Barber and Beauty. And Aura Lillian Leggett is the queen of Masons. Two barber and beauty shops that established the fashion statement. The fashion statement brand that my mama coined, Beverly Webb Leggett in 1999, 25 years ago, when my grandma, Evelyn Webb, passed away. My wife gave birth to our second child, Deja, on May the 4th, 25 years ago. And my mom and my mom told me, create a business entity called Holywood Studios, Holywood Fashion Statement, Holywood Studios. All right. She said, my babies are the models of the Holywood fashion statements. So here we opening a cosmetology and esthetician school in Orlando, Florida, under the name of Mason's Barber and Beauty, Evelyn Webb, Mason's Barber and Beauty, Aura Lillian Leggett, and Razor Sharp from the Heart, Barber and Beauty, Evelyn Webb. And the combination of the two creates the Holywood fashion statement. Beverly Webb Leggett, 1999. I got the document, I got the paperwork and all of that. So today is the fulfillment of the dream. This is gonna be an office space. This is gonna be where we're gonna hold small events, training. Once again, this is a esthetician school where people can come and get their license to be an esthetician. So Orlando, Florida is the #1 tourist destination in the world. And there's some of the most highest level spas in Orlando, Florida. So right here in the middle of the hood, we're putting a Razor Sharp and Mason's esthetician school where our people can come and get licensed to do hair, facials, spa treatments, manicures, pedicures. Everything that luxury spas do is what we teach here. We already have the curriculum. This is a 3,000 square foot unit. I'm gonna take you through every part of it. So this side is where we're gonna be doing the esthetician or the spa services, spa treatments. We're gonna do high level massage therapy, luxury, all of the luxury massage treatments that you can get at 5-star resorts. That's what it's gonna be taught here. So this is one of the first rooms where the estheticians will be learning how to do facials here. Tables where they can learn the different massage treatments. So this is suite #1 for the estheticians. All right. Suite #2 for facials, nails, hair. Facials, nails, pedicures, manicures. This suite will be outfitted with the furniture and the all of the stuff needed. So of course there's going to be instructors and students, and then it's going to be open to the public to come. So the students will be practicing on people who will come down at a discounted rate and pay a discounted rate, and the teachers will be instructing students who will be on course to get their license right here in this location. All right. So there's the sink, water and the sink for the facials. So I'm gonna outfit all of these rooms. All of these rooms will be outfitted for whatever the instructor will be teaching in this particular classroom. And the reason for the video is we have created in the real estate world, well, I'll get into that after. This section is where we're going to do the cosmetology. We're gonna have the women and the men on the same side of the building doing cosmetology. All right? So this area will be designed and modeled probably after Razor Sharp. We're gonna design this area to be a model of a real live barbershop, real live beauty salon. And then in this room, we'll have stations specifically focusing on the beauticians. The beauticians will be set up in this room. And then the barbers, exclusively the barbers will be set up in this room. But this main area will have a mixture of both, designed like a real salon. All right, so instruction can go on in here, and here, and here in the open area. This is just a bathroom, a full bathroom, shower and everything. It's important to have full bathrooms, especially when you're doing spa services, because people are going to have to wash off stuff that you put on them, full body wraps and all of that. So it's important to have full bathrooms with showers so that once they come and get a treatment, they can step into the shower and properly change back into their clothing before they leave. Then we have another half bath here. And then the front, this is where the offices are going to be. So every school has to have an office, an admissions office. So this is going to be the admissions office for the school. This is going to be the waiting area for new students looking to enroll. So we're going to make this into a waiting area, TVs, couches, a lounge area, students looking to enroll in the school. And then this area is going to be where we're going to turn it into the small break area / calf area / food pantry for food, where we could put refrigerators and food. And this will be the lounge area, break room where people can eat in between their classes. This is going to be that area, break area. So the reason for the video is because in the real estate world, they have something called the 1031 exchange. 1031 exchange. So wealthy people, when they don't want to have to pay capital gains tax. So wealthy people, when they sell property, when their property goes up in value, say they have homes or real estate and that they sell, they might have 45 days or 90 days where if they reinvest that money, they don't have to pay taxes on it. So they can see their profits, they can sell a property, see their profits, and then if they go and they reinvest the profits in another real estate deal within the 90 days, they don't have to pay tax. Okay? It's called a 1031 exchange. And so how that works is individuals like ourselves who invest in schools and institutions and sports teams and large properties, let's say assisted living facilities for elderly people. We have those coming up the pipe. We have professional gyms and stadiums so that we can host our own, so people won't come down to Orlando and go to the wild world of sports. When they come down from around the country, you can come down to our professional stadiums and we can host any type of sports league, sports event, and we're hosting our own professional sports leagues and events in football, basketball, volleyball, track, gymnastics, motorcycle racing. Just like they have the X Games, we have in the neighborhood games, all right? For those in our neighborhoods who participate but don't get invited to participate in the X Games or any of the other games, we're investing in these properties. So those of y'all who have disposable income, or those of y'all who would like to get a dividend check, what happens is when you invest in helping us open these all around the country, when you, let's say you put $10,000, let's say you put up $5,000, we then pay you a dividend. That's a monthly check, right? So on some investments, I'll give you an example of an investment we had last year. On $100,000, we were paying back $1,500 a month in dividends off of a $100,000 investment. For 3 years, $1,500 a month, $1,500 a month. At the end of 3 years, we also give $25,000 lump sum dividend, or one chunk at the end of the 3 years. And then at the end of the 3 years, we give back the $100,000 initial investment for a total of $179,000 back to the individual that invests with us. The numbers are the same depending on what you invest. So if you only invest $1,000, though of course you're not going to get a dividend check back of $1,500. But what this does is it allows everybody in the family and everybody in the country that believes in us and wants to see this type of stuff exceed. It makes sense for y'all to invest with us because we pay you back better than anybody. And so if you invest in one of our enterprises and on the first week of every month, you get that dividend check, then you come back and you invest in the sports league too. And then that dividend check comes out the second week of the month, every month. And then you invest in our recording art studio. Holywood Studios is Mom's dream. So we have film and music studios. And if you invest in those and then that dividend pays on the third week, you could get a check from investing with us, a dividend check every week of every month. So you can get your weekly salary just from investing with us. And then the more you invest, the bigger your dividend check is. And then if you double down, if you come back and you reinvest with us again, your dividend check only gets even bigger. All right? So they call it a 1031 exchange. We don't call it that. All right? We don't call it that. But I'm just breaking it down. So beginning today, we opening up for our people, for y'all. If y'all want to see these razor short, we also have a lifesaver program that we started in 2009. And of course, our nephew, our son, Shawnee Hackett, is the #1 lifesaver in the family. Break the cycle. It's called Baymac Watch. Lion Coast Guard, Lifesavers Academy. So we literally have young people down here getting certified and being trained to be lifesavers and learning CPR and water safety literally every summer. And so now we're investing in these properties. Instead of partnering with recreational centers and community recreational centers, we're building all of our properties custom to the service that we're going to be providing. We're no longer partnering with anything. So we're coming to you guys and we're saying there's an opportunity for y'all to make money by investing with us. So as we build these properties, then we pay dividends back to those who invested with us. All right? All right? So it's called the BTC Exchange. The BTC, the single I, BTC. Break the cycle, BTC. The BTC Exchange. All right? Full ownership. For us to own all of our neighborhoods, all of the assets in it, and for all of us to get paid. So basically, I'm turning you into a bank. I'm going to train you on how to be a bank for Break the Cycle. Each and every family member, you can be a bank for Break the Cycle and get return on investment and get wealthy by helping us help others. The last thing I'm gonna tell y'all, we have a pipeline of inmates that the county down here has asked us to provide gainful employment for. So to stop them from going in the vicious cycle of coming out and going back. And because because William Hackett said, school is not for me. This is what I want to say to all of y'all who swear that you know what you're talking about and who swear that education is the only way. I'm proving here today, because I have a cousin who said college ain't for me. I'm gonna go get my cosmetology license, and 9 of my first cousins follow behind William Hackett. So once he got his cosmetology license and then he invested in opening up Razor Sharp, 4 other Razor Sharps were opened up because business and investing is the model that God commanded us to do. Be fruitful and multiply. You can't be fruitful working a job. You can't be fruitful going and getting an education and then going and working for somebody else and you're making them wealthy. William Hackett is proof. Ora Lillian Leggett, my grandmother, and my grandfather, Frank E. Leggett Jr., created L&W Enterprises, the very land trust that we're opening this under. My grandfather I don't even know if he finished high school. My grandmother barely went into high school. Had properties all over Trenton, New Jersey. And because someone in our family decided to put their faith and trust in an education and chase degrees, I had to go back and resurrect wealth and generational wealth for my children and my grandchildren. So I started with my grandchildren, made sure my grandchildren were straight in L&W Enterprises. They called the L&W Enterprises Trust Fund babies. And none of them have been born yet. And now, by 30, before 30, every last one of my children, just like in the word, David got his inheritance and became king at 30. All of the kings, they took the throne at 30. The inheritance is given out at 30. And we're on course for every last one of my children. So, for all of our families to be banks, like Deuteronomy 28 said, you will be a lender and not a borrower. You will be the head and not the tail. You will lend and not borrow. Here it is today in our generation. We've broken the cycle of the generational curses of poverty. We've broken the cycles of the rat race. William Hackett broke it. William Mason Jr. broke it. Shout out to Amos Dean. Amos Dean, my other cousin, a little bit older than Billy Hackett, is running the Masons Barber and Beauty. His grandfather and grandmother, William Mason Jr. and Mary Ganges Mason, or Lillian Legette's older sister and brother. Once again, some of the best business people you will ever meet. Don't nobody hustle like Aunt Mary. My family has had a blueprint. Their names are all over our city. You can't even argue with it. It's not even a question. And the only person in our family that chased education and didn't follow the family model is the one that's poor, squandered a generational inheritance in real estate that was handed down. So y'all could be hard-headed and follow the bottom half of Deuteronomy 28, which says people will be cursed for following, especially teachers of this world. We just have accepted the inheritance that we received. William Hackett Sr. also was an investor in properties. That's Billy's father. Uncle Butch and Uncle Bub had a construction company and built houses and developments from Trenton to Princeton. Nate, Darnell, Reese, my cousins can build anything. Sean Hackett can build anything from the ground up because two brothers invested in development, not in education. So either y'all could join us and be the head and not the tail, be bankers and not borrowers, or y'all could keep doing what y'all doing, expecting different results.